Okay, so if I make it too big, so let's say that I set it to like 680, okay, now it's going to have a problem. This width is supposed to be 381 and this width is supposed to be 680. Okay, so I've got a total width between my left and my right that's bigger than my box. So if I go back to this, even though I'm telling the blue box to float to the left, it's going to go to the next line, okay, because it can't fit both of those boxes in one line. Okay, so you have to make sure if you're going to do side-by-side boxes and control the width that the two boxes in total aren't wider than the total width. Okay, so this plus this can't be bigger than the whole box. Okay, so one more thing about that. Okay, if you notice is that I've got the text kind of ugly. It goes right to the edge here. Okay, and it actually would go right to the edge here if there was a word that was small enough that it could fit all the way to the edge of here. And so I can put something called padding around this. Okay, so that's my left. Okay, what I'll do is padding, and I'll set it equal to a pixel. So let's say I'm going to make it 10 pixels. Okay. What that means, and remember to always put your semicolon at the end of the line. What that means is that the padding, it's going to put 10 pixels on all four sides. Okay, so, and that's going to mess up the second box, but let me just show you what happens. Okay, so if I go back here, you see the top and the left, that when I hit refresh, it puts 10 pixels here, and it puts 10 pixels on the top, puts 10 pixels on the left, and it puts 10 pixels on the right. You can make those different if you want, but we're not going to go over that. Okay. Now, why did it push it to the bottom? Because the padding is added to the width. Okay, so my width was 380. I just basically added 20 more pixels. And so if I want to make the padding 381 and have 20 padding units to the left and the right, then my width actually has to be 361. Plus 10 to the left, which is 371, plus 10 to the right, which is 381. Okay, so if I go back, you'll see that now it fits to the left and the right here. Okay, so basically I had added 20 pixels to this div, and it meant that there wasn't enough for the two divs. Okay. Now that won't be a problem if I go to my header. Okay, I can do padding, and I can call that, let's say, 20 pixels, because I don't have a width defined for that. Okay, so it's still just going to stretch, although it won't go all the way to the edge. Okay, you see that it kind of spreads it out a little bit, and it gives a padding around the edge of the box where nothing can go. Okay. So this is pretty much my end result. Let me put padding on my right. Okay, I'll do 10 again, just so that it's not right up against the edge of the box. And then remember, I got to lower this by 20. Okay, so it's going to be 598. And then I hit save. Okay, so there's my three contents. I got my header, my left, and my right. Okay. I want you guys to create something that looks very similar to this. I don't want you to do a lot of just copying of what I wrote. Feel free to use your own box width, your left width, your right width. You could change the font. You can change the color. In fact, in the ultimate design, I wouldn't have these be two separate colors. Okay. I could take the color out of this now. I don't want you to in your page because I want to see the left and right color. Okay. But if I take the left and right out and then hit save, what we'll see is that the whole thing is purple. I wouldn't want it to be purple either. But it still keeps things in their boxes. Okay, so a page probably isn't going to have such a drastically different left and right color. but by putting it in red or blue or something like that, it helps us see the boxes a little bit better. Okay, so your goal is to create something similar to um, uh, this. Just put this background in. Okay, so your goal is to create something similar to this, which has a header, a left, and a right. Okay, and I want you to customize it to be something that you think looks good in terms of the color, the padding, the font size, the text boxes, all this stuff. But basically, I want a 4-div, a box, a header, a left, and a right, and then I want you to control the body. Okay, good luck. This is definitely something that you're going to get stuck with. There's just too many places where things can go wrong for this to go right on your first try. So if something goes wrong, look over your code, try to see if you can find a spot where things aren't right. And if you get stuck, remember, email me, or you can kind of put your code up. I have the assignment set up so that you can put it up multiple times, and I will be happy to look at it. Also, we need to start using each other as a class for resources. So I'm going to start a forum for this assignment where you guys can post questions and have each other answer those questions. Okay, good luck, and just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible.